Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome
to
Those Two Chicks with a podcast. I'm Jordan.
I'm Emma.
And I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm about as tired as I look, folks. Emma looks great with her haircut, though.
Thank you.
Give a round of applause for the haircut.
Thank you.
It looks great. I want to cut my hair off now.
Just do it.
I love it. I loved when my hair was short.
I actually do need your help because
Why?
with my hair,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta learn how to, it's not to be today, but I need to learn how to curl my hair short.
Oh.
That doesn't make my hair go out like this because my hair is really like frizzy, especially when it gets humid. And I look like I'm from the Crudes.
Oh, see, I like when my hair goes
You know
out.
that,
I like big hair.
I don't mind big hair, but when it looks like I'm from the Crudes and caveman, it's not good.
Yeah.
That's
I feel that. I can show you.
I'm really white.
I know, me too. I look really
Why am I
white.
just so pale?
I don't know. When I tried to turn mine down, and I just don't. Oh, hold on.
Oh, that actually went better. Okay, I had to turn mine down way down.
I turned mine down, and I still look. I don't know. I just I'm blending in with the wall color over there. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't put blush on or anything, so.
Maybe that's it.
It's depressing.
I have some things to talk to you about.
Okay, because I have nothing.
Things. Two things.
Okay.
One, I found a YouTube video that was talking about the rise of podcasts, and it feels like everyone has a podcast.
I'm not yawning because of you. I'm so sorry.
No, she is.
No, I'm not.
But there's a thing going on, and they said about 75% of those podcasts aren't real.
What?
They're
What does
fake
that mean?
Podcasts. So they get a topic, they edit it like a podcast, and they act like they're talking to somebody. And there's no one there. They're just talking to themselves. But it's always on TikTok.
Oh.
And there's so many people with podcast setups and all that kind of stuff. They don't even have a podcast. Or they act like they're a guest on someone's podcast.
Oh.
And they have short, really edited segments.
Yeah.
Of a random opinion.
Like where you see the guy
Yeah.
It's always a guy, and
Yeah.
he's talking about something.
Yep, and they're not talking to anybody.
So that's not a real podcast,
It's not a
though.
real podcast.
They only post on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And the reason is because they feel like if you have a mic, that means someone's more important. You would listen to them than just putting up a TikTok of them talking.
I could see
to
that.
Their camera.
Yeah.
So they said about 75% of podcasts that you see on TikTok are not real.
I feel like I could see that. Because I also wondered where all these podcasts were coming from.
I know.
Although I know, there are a lot of podcasts.
Yes,
but I was just
have definitely become a thing.
Jeez.
But there's not that.
Well, and also, how do you have a whole podcast about, that?
I know.
It's
not
I don't know.
real.
I don't know. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
so we're doing pretty good.
We are.
Because this is real.
We're actually talking.
We'll take a selfie later and we'll hold up. We'll do whatever you guys want. Hold a fork. So we're not catfishing you. Hold a fork and make a heart with Emma's hands.
Right.
Yeah. So we know you're real.
The other thing.
Okay.
If I see one more damn TikTok
What?
about cottage
Skibbity
cheese
toilet?
and mustard with
Oh my God!
veggies!
I almost talked about that and I thought we should try it. And I was like, Jordan, I can't talk about the segment unless I bring stuff in for us to try it because it's not going to be interesting enough.
We'll have to probably
So
try
next
it.
week.
Okay, next week.
No, but it literally makes me sick to my fucking stomach and I'm so sick. I just, you know what I hate the most? Because it would be one thing if it was everybody's making this dish. Like it was with Emily, whatever her was, sushi bowl, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So the thing that fucking irritates the fuck out of me is that they have to narrate it and they have to go one by one. And it's carrot stick with cottage cheese and mustard. And then they go heart of whatever with mustard and cottage cheese. And then every single fucking thing. And it's just fucking eat it.
And the asparagus.
Oh my God.
Oh, Brussels sprouts?
Yes.
What's that?
Brussels sprout with cottage cheese and mustard.
And it's the chicken sausage.
Oh, yeah. The fucking chicken sausage. And is that the only warm thing on the plate? Because that's fucking sick to me. Oh my God. And I'm just, you know what? Good for them, because a lot of them are very healthy and skinny, and here I am, daydreaming about going to Starbucks after this. But
Oh, that sounds good.
want egg bites so bad. But the thing that fucking bugs me is just how they do it. And every fucking time. And my ass is watching it. And I'm like,
I know.
Fucking scroll, Jordan.
And I like cottage cheese. I know it's an unpopular
opinion.
I
love cottage cheese.
Not a huge fan of mustard.
Fucking hate mustard.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
If there's other things, but I'm not eating mustard.
I can't even eat mustard with other things. I hate it.
If it's on my sandwich, I don't care.
If it's
my burger,
mixed in, obviously like mixed in with like deviled eggs. Oh my god. We should have deviled eggs too. Whoa.
Deviled eggs with the
deviled egg with cottage cheese and mustard? Like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
Next week we're doing that.
Okay, we're going to try it.
Him,
I'm not doing asparagus. I'm not doing I'm not doing raw ass asparagus.
No, that's disgusting.
No. Did you know that you can eat corn, sweet corn?
Get out.
Not popcorn. Not popcorn. You can eat sweet corn right when you pull it off the stalk when you harvest it.
Is it?
You can just eat it and it's juicy.
Oh.
Like, it only gets hard, like, you have to boil it after it's, like, going through all that shit and it sits in the grocery store.
That makes more sense.
Because I saw someone picking it and he just goes for it and he's eating it. He's like, oh, my God, it has so much flavor. And it was, like, juicy. Like, you could see the juice coming out. And I was like, oh, my God.
It's like, you would never
it gets, like, starchy.
Yeah.
No, I was like, oh, my God, I didn't know that. And then I had this lady talking to me at the store.
That's your mom, actually.
No. And this lady, because I was returning something, I was just making conversation. And I was like, yeah, what are your plans for this weekend? She's like, I'm working on my super greens popcorn. And I was like, what are you what? And she's like, yep, and I got to grow it. I got complete darkness. And I was like, and she was going off about popcorn. Like, she was growing popcorn. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that popcorn was from a different corn until only like a month ago. I think I saw all popcorn came from the same corn. And she was just like, oh. Like, I thought she'd be like, oh, yeah, a lot of people think that. But she was just like, oh, well, here you go. It was just like, I'm like, bitch, well, I don't grow that stuff. So I don't know what you want me to tell you.
We grow corn.
Yeah, no. I called the cops on somebody.
What?
Yeah, but we
Your mom?
No, I should. She's just horrible.
Out of control.
Out of control, lady. No. Hold on. I had to think. No. Okay, so I can't omit all the details because it's local to us.
Oh.
Let's just say I saw a guy being very violent with children. Not hands-on, but like it looked like he was about to be. And I had Kat in the car, and I, hopefully he'll never listen to this because he'll come and find me. So literally, like, we were driving, and I saw him, like, I'm not going to go into it, whatever. And I pulled over and called the cops, but I saw which way he went. And so after I got off the phone with 911, I was like, let's just drive this way home. And my mom was like, no. I found where he was parked, and I called him again and gave his address.
You know what? Good for you. Good for you.
My mom was like, let's go, please. I just want to go home and eat my sub. Like, she was like, we had just picked up Subway. She's like, I just want to go home, Jordan. And I'm like, no child's getting harmed under my watch. And I fucking drove through the neighborhood and I found his ass. Mm-hmm. Good. I know.
You're going to be a crime watch.
I know. Well, hopefully he doesn't come for me, though. Watch, they go to the same school as my kid. I see him in the drop-off line. And I'm like, well, I'm going to call him again, bitch. Better watch yourself. Fucking asshole. He was such an ass. But anyway.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Nothing else really happened other than I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if anything funny happened.
I don't think anything funny happened.
No. Should we get started then?
Yeah. Fun facts.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. Fun facts with Emma.
Welcome to Fun Facts with Emma.
Thank you.
My name is Emma.
My name's Jordan.
I have a couple of fun facts all in one thing.
All in one?
Yeah. And it was from a YouTube channel. I don't know if it was like a documentary. Probably.
Yeah.
It was just a random... I have autoplay going on.
Yeah.
So I start on something and we go wherever.
Yeah.
Depending on my son's nap.
That's all right.
So, we have some medieval slang for you.
Ooh.
We went Victorian Now, I love Victorian
Yeah.
era. Top 2 for me, Victorian, medieval.
Oh.
Those are Emma's
Medieval kind of
jams.
freaks me out.
I know.
I just feel like they were all extra stinky and mean.
Well, that's sometimes not the case.
Oh.
They were actually somewhat pretty hygienic
Oh.
for what they could do.
Okay.
Obviously, some of them were covered in shit. Others, not. You know, they were very...
Not covered in shit.
No, they were still kind of gross, though.
Yeah.
And they didn't plumbing or anything, so
Yeah.
just imagine. Okay, medieval slang. We did Victorian slang. Here's some medieval.
Okay.
If you called someone a fop doodle, what do you think that'd be?
I feel like that's something that I'd say to my kids. Like, I feel like I already talk like that. A fop doodle. Stupid? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's to call someone foolish or stupid.
Oh, okay. Because I'd be like,
fop
you're
doodle.
being such a fop doodle. Like
Yeah.
that's like I literally
You're
feel like I've said
foolish,
something
yeah.
like that to my kids.
Belly timber.
Belly
So
timber.
you're like, I'm hungry. Let's go get some belly timber.
Like just like food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a slang term for food.
Ew.
Some belly timber.
Ew. Belly timber. I thought it was
Driggle-
gonna be like a poop. Like I gotta drop some timber. You know.
Excuse me, you know where the crapper is? I have to drop off some timber.
Yeah.
Driggle draggle.
What are these people? Draggle.
Who are you, people?
Who are you people? Okay, can you say it in a sentence? Is it just gonna give it away?
It might give it away.
Okay, that's all right. Driggle draggle. I don't fucking know. I have no guesses.
It's an insult to call
Oh.
a woman messy or untidy. They're a driggle draggle.
I'm gonna call my mom that tonight.
You should. This one I got this one right off the bat. Jug bitten.
You got this one right off the bat?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sentence.
Last episode, that weekend, you were pretty jug bitten.
Oh, hungover.
Yeah, you were
Okay.
very drunk.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Of like a jug. I was like,
Okay.
oh, yeah, because they're really into alcohol in medieval
Oh,
times.
no, I didn't even think of that. I was thinking of milk, but obviously they don't have milk in jugs back then.
Right, yeah. This one got me.
Okay.
Huffy Tufty.
Does that mean a fat person?
No, that's the best part of it.
That's what
I was
I'd
like,
call
oh,
myself.
Me.
Huffy Tufty.
I'm quite
no.
Huffy Tufty.
I don't know.
It's an insult for someone who is arrogant or brags a lot,
Oh, well,
It's
I could see that you're
Huffy
Huffy Tufty.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
but not fat. That's not what that meant.
Oh,
Which I didn't know that.
yeah,
Okay,
interesting.
here's the other fun fact.
Okay.
This is part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2 is, so peasants, their mattresses.
Oh.
They were stuffed with like straw, wool, hair, rags, feathers, anything
Bodies.
fine.
Poop.
Drugs. And like the poorest of people, they just slept on straw or hay. They didn't even have the mattress. They just had
Oh.
some hay.
Me. I'd be pissed.
However, medieval people, they didn't sleep through the night like we do today.
Oh.
Like, they didn't go to bed at night and wake up in the morning. So they used to sleep in 2 phases.
What?
Also called, like, biphasic or segmented sleep. What? And they used to go to bed really early because at night it was just generally unsafe back then.
Oh, okay.
So they go to bed super early.
Uh-huh.
And then they'd wake up. So they sleep for a few hours, wake up at like 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd stay up to like 1 or 2 a.m.
Doing
But during
what?
that time, they would be reading,
Oh.
praying, socializing. And then they go back to bed, which is called second sleep. So they would work all day in the fields or markets, whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And then they go to bed early, wake up, and they're like, time to read.
Well,
So they can get it done. You know, they have
I
a chance
guess,
to read.
but like, you know what's confusing to me is like, nighttime is unsafe. So why are you
Right.
gonna wake up and do shit?
Well, they're staying inside.
Okay.
They're not like...
They're
wandering
socializing
out.
with people in their house.
Probably.
Okay.
But can you
mean,
imagine
that
if I
makes
woke
more
up at like
sense.
11, I'm like, let's call Jordan.
Literally, Lucas does that. That's how Lucas is.
He's from the medieval times.
He is, which
He knows his past life. He just
I don't
thinks-
know. I mean, I know his sleep schedule's fucked up because
Right.
he changes shifts, but he'll fall asleep like at the time I fall asleep, and then my mom will be like, "Lucas stayed up real late last night. I saw him on the ring at like 4 a.m." I'm like, "No, he just woke up and did some stuff, and then he went back to sleep." That's just how he does it. I don't fucking know.
That's weird.
I know.
That's weird.
I know. He's creepy.
So this is actually just about Lucas then.
Makes sense.
But medieval times also had something else that was kind of unique.
Okay.
So something
The torture?
Well, yes. But something that was considered like completely normal in a medieval era was sharing your bed with a total stranger.
Ew.
So beds were extremely expensive.
Like
back
just
then.
sleeping, not like.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not like being like.
You're not being handsy. I mean, maybe
I bet somewhere.
I shouldn't say no.
No one at all.
I think the population was quite high
Yeah.
back then. So but beds were extremely expensive back then.
Oh.
So most families just shared one bed.
That sucks.
Which I guess I get. So, but it was also just like common hospitality. So if someone was like visiting you, you had a guest, they would also sleep in that bed with you.
Ew.
So,
I would never have anybody over.
No, I
never.
hate it.
I'm sorry. I'd be like, Emma, it's almost 6:00. Get the fuck out. I'd be like, go home. You can't sleep in my bed.
Right, and it'd be like your entire family in your bed.
No!
Plus this visiting guest.
Sounds horrible to me.
No.
No, ma'am.
But if you were like traveling, you stayed at an inn,
Yeah.
you would for sure be sharing a bed with a stranger.
Ew.
Because that's just how it was. Like things obviously started changing by the Industrial Revolution.
Oh, good.
Beds were more common. They weren't as expensive.
Yeah.
But can you imagine?
No.
Now
That
we're gonna
literally sounds
segment to our last part here.
horrible.
It was just a funny fact that I was dying laughing.
Okay.
Animals were criminals back then. So there are records. They found actual records, proof of animals being taken to court for killing people.
What?
As well as smaller crimes. So they have an example. They found a record that talked about how they took a group of mice to court because they publicly they were stealing parts of the harvest.
Okay.
So, like bugs or anything that was eating the crops, they're like taking that thing to court.
What?
I don't know the outcome
Just
of it.
kill it.
Right. But they like took a mouse to court because they ate a crop.
What the fuck?
Like, you know, people like died from cows. Like,
yeah.
So we talked about that. Like, there's a lot of deaths. They're
Yeah.
like, that cow killed somebody. Should be hung.
Who's representing this cow over here? Where's that one guy who represents the cows? Because I'm suing this bitch. Like, what the fuck?
You're suing Betsy.
I'm suing that bitch. Oh, but her milk is the best. Too bad. She's a murderer. What the fuck? That's crazy.
I just thought that.
Wacky times, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Those were the days. Well,
we didn't want to repeat those, but
no. We're going to pivot into my depressing thing. I'm so sorry.
What you found online?
Yeah, it's very depressing.
And this is What Did Jordan Find Online?
What is it this time?
Well, actually, no. It's not depressing. It's... It is. I'm trying to think of the right emotion. I'm working on my emotions. It's a mystery.
Okay.
Well, technically not, but it is.
Okay.
But someone got kidnapped, so that's why it's kind of depressing.
Okay.
Well, you've probably heard of it. Okay,
yeah.
So, Carly Russell from Alabama. Have you heard about her kidnapping? She was just kidnapped Thursday night.
No.
Okay.
Oh, so this is new.
New.
Okay.
This is new. And just for people watching, we record like a week ahead. So when I say Thursday night, it's going to be like 2 weeks ago for you guys. Hopefully, there's more information coming out. Right. So she was coming home from work at like 8. She got out at like 8:20 or something like that. She picked up food for her mom, and she was on the highway heading home when she calls 911 because she sees a 3 or 4-year-old on the side of the road, the interstate, and she's concerned. So she calls 911, she reports it, but then she also pulls over. And she's starting to talk to the child, and she calls her sister-in-law on the phone. And the sister-in-law said she heard Carly asking the child something, so she could tell she was, like, talking to, like, you know, the child, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Carly starts screaming and drops her phone, and then it's quiet other than the sounds from the interstate. Fucking horrific. And the cops pull up like only a couple minutes after. There's nobody. Her car is just sitting there with the blinkers on. And there's no child, there's no Carly, there's no perpetrator, just Carly's phone in the grass. So what I was going to show you is the video from the interstate. Oh my God, look, she was not only fighting for her life. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Hold on. I'm going to save this. We'll come back to that.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. Let me show you the video first. Here, I'll give you my phone.
Opening her door, going around the front of the car to the back passenger side door and opening it. It stays open for a little while, so I don't know if she was looking for something or what.
This is what got me interested in the case in the first place. Like, I found this.
As that truck passes by, it looks like she closes the door and just stands at the back of the car for a minute, possibly talking to the toddler or trying to talk to the toddler. This will happen shortly after.
I know it's so grainy, though.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah.
And if you keep your eyes on that little black.
No.
What happened?
Buffering.
Oh! How dare it?
I know.
What in the world? Why? Why? Okay, well, anyway, while that's loading, essentially what people are saying, I know it's super grainy, but what people are saying, they can see the other figure, whoever took her. And they're saying, and they're saying that it appeared to be a male, female, they don't know, but it was someone bigger than her. Like, it didn't look like her, but it's grainy footage, you can't tell. But essentially it's like there was somebody else there.
Okay.
Now, there had been like 3 days that went by. There's no sign of her. They have search teams out. They, like I said, they couldn't find any trace of anybody. No child. And then they researched. There was no reports of a child missing in that area or surrounding areas. So it's like, was someone using a child as bait? Because
that's what I was wondering.
There's no child who would just be wandering. Like, no one was lost. Reported. Well, just yesterday, Carly showed up at her home. Unharmed. But there's more reports coming out, and I want to keep up with it and talk about it next week, that she was supposedly fighting for her life this whole time. So what really happened to Carly Russell? Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she showed, I don't know if she got away from whoever it was or if they let her go home or what it was, but she is back home. She's safe. I mean, obviously traumatic.
Yeah.
But they have no idea what happened to her. I know. And my first thought though too was like, I hope it wasn't anything like a publicity stunt, but the family's like confirming like she was kidnapped and something happened. So
that's crazy.
No, I know, but the video literally gave me goosebumps. Even though you couldn't see anything, just like the story of everything that happened is like, I don't know, it's so fucked up.
Yeah, we'll have to go on next week and see if there's any other
I know. And there's like a lot of people saying, you know, I would have pulled over too. I would have 1,000%. I just followed a guy the other day to try to call the cops. Yeah.
Even if it's not a highway,
yeah, because people were like judging her for like getting out of the car, and like I agree, like she should have had like some level of protection, but like even if I didn't, I would get out to help a kid on the interstate. It's not just like even just a normal road, I'd be scared if a kid was out, but like a fucking highway, I would get out too. So, isn't that crazy? I know.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited to hear.
See, it's like depressing because it's like I don't know, like.
Well, yeah,
it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
We don't know what she went through or anything.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
I'm so glad that she's fine, but it also makes me wonder too, like, where's that child?
Wait, so how long was she missing for then?
For about 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She went missing.
3-4 days, and
so
she
Thursday,
showed up.
This happened.
Yep.
And then 3-4 days later,
it was either Saturday night or Sunday. She showed up at her house.
With her car, or just showed up?
Just showed up. No, her car was left on the highway.
Okay, I just want to make sure. That she, I know she went back.
Yep. So we have no idea, and her home was nearby the interstate.
Okay.
So really, we don't know. Did someone take her? Did she have like, you know, because sometimes some people, the family says she has no mental issues.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a possibility that something happened and, you know, maybe she was fucking, but that still even doesn't make sense if she was just wandering around in the woods because they've had search parties out. Someone had to have taken her.
Yeah.
But also it's like,
And I understand what people are saying about, is it a publicity stunt? Because it's happened before.
It has.
People have, like, totally just faked their kidnapping.
Yeah.
Just for staying with a boyfriend for months.
Wasn't there a girl on Live who, like, faked that shit?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying that happened to her. But
I see where
it's just crazy because it's like, if someone took her and the cops rolled up, like, not that long after she called, they were nearby. Where did she go? Where did the person go? Where did the kid go? Because it was on the interstate, but there wasn't another car pulled over.
Right.
I guess I don't know the geography of the location. Like, maybe it's only, like, a small section of woods and then a road, because it's kind of like that in some spots around here.
Yeah, there is.
So, I mean, there's a possibility, but I don't know.
Wow, that's
it's
crazy.
Weird. It's weird.
Let's look into that.
I know.
So, we're doing scandals today.
Yeah.
And I have 3 short ones. They're all from, like, a high school.
Yeah, well, I love how when I came up with this idea, when we talked about this fucking idea, I was thinking more like what you have, and then I came up with something that's so just, like, fucking off the wall and not related to it at all.
Well, that's okay.
But I was searching Reddit, and I couldn't find anything, really.
Yeah, same.
You know? Like, I feel like people have to email us your fucking scandals, because Reddit wasn't my friend.
I need someone to email me scandals.
I know.
But I did find this website.
Okay.
So, this is the first one. Turned out the baseball field was an old uncleared graveyard, and we only found out after it rained really, really hard for a few days.
Oh my god!
Someone's high school.
What the fuck? Ew!
I know!
Ew!
This is the second one. A high school senior created an anonymous Instagram page where she was bullying sophomores and freshmen.
Oh.
Yeah, and said,
real original.
I know. And said this one kid's acne looked like Six Flags theme park.
What?
I don't know. But the police found her IP address, and she ended up getting her college scholarship revoked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just still trying to understand that insult.
I know. What does that mean?
Like he had 6 pimples on his face? Like the Six Flags? I've had way more than that at the time. Like, I don't understand. Like, roller coasters? I like how we were both like, roller coasters? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Dumb insult.
Know what that means.
That's stupid.
Okay, then my last one. A girl taking a few months off school for surgery on a heart murmur, but introduced her new baby sister the week after she came back.
Oh.
She might have been parents adopted her.
Yeah. Aw. That's kind of sad.
But what a scandal.
At least she wasn't like that one girl who just put her baby in the trash can a little while ago.
Yeah.
When that trial happens, we're fucking updating about that too.
Yeah. Anyway, those are my scandals. Just very
Those
short.
were funny though.
They're so short.
Those are funny. Well, that's okay. Because I'm going to tell you about the mysterious death and aftermath of Graham Parsons, the musician.
Okay.
So, I am not a big, like, rock and roll person, especially, like, back in the 60s and stuff. I don't know anything. But I found this story, and I thought it was very interesting. So, Graham Parsons, he was only 26 years old when he died. And he died because he was mixing alcohol and morphine. So it was actually like they say, like, morphine's kind of led into, like, the opioid epidemic. It's epidemic, right? Okay. So this was like I keep saying one of the first, but it is kind of one of the first for, like, that rock and roll scene of, like, opioids. Like, it was usually like cocaine and stuff like that. And actually, like, a lot of musicians didn't really like having him around because he was so bad with drugs and alcohol and stuff like that.
Okay.
But he was very influential. And he had a very unique sound that actually inspired a lot of music for the Counting Crows. Like I said, I don't know much about music, so I just want to tell you guys a little bit about him and his music before I get into just his fucking death and shit. He was very talented, and it's sad that, you know, he died so young. 26.
That's
26. And so he died while vacationing at Joshua Tree Motel. And he loved Joshua Tree. So much so that when he was talking to his manager, his touring manager, Phil Kaufman, sorry, blanked on his name for a second, that he said, you know, if I die, I want my ashes to be spread at Joshua Tree. And the manager was like, ditto. Like, if I die, do the same for me. And they actually discussed this at another friend's funeral because the friend's funeral, the family had like a very Catholic funeral, and they're like, he'd fucking hate this. And so when he died, here comes the scandal. Okay. So Graham's family had money, like old money from like Florida. They lived in Louisiana. They had like the orange tree money. Like they had a lot. And Graham actually had a lot from his grandfather. And the family wanted it back. Very shitty. To get that money from Graham dying, they had to prove that Graham was a resident of Louisiana. So they needed his body to bury him in Louisiana. Phil Kaufman wasn't having that. So Phil Kaufman and another friend stole Graham's body from the airport when it was about to take off. They had a hearse, and they just posed as, you know, whatever, the funeral workers. Stole his body, drove it to Joshua Tree, dumped gasoline on his casket, and lit it on fire. Just normal shit. Do you know what happened to them?
No.
They were only fined $750 because California didn't have a law about stealing bodies. So they didn't even get a fine for stealing Graham's body. They got a fine for stealing the coffin and lighting it on fire. All that was left of Graham was 35 pounds. Like, they burned his body.
Right.
Not in trouble at all. Just a fine for $750.
What you thinking, California?
Like, what the fuck? This was in 73. But still, like, I feel like that's very recent. And to not have any laws about stealing bodies?
All of our parents were alive by 70.
Definitely. My mom was 10 years old. Like, that's not that long. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. There was no laws. So these guys stole a body, burned it, and it's fine. It's fine. The family got the body back, and they buried him in Louisiana, which it does kind of suck. Like, I get what they were trying to do.
I do. They wanted to respect.
But such a scandal. They just stole his fucking body. They were just like, you want to go steal his body? Sure. And they just got in a hearse and they went. Where'd they get the hearse from? They just had it. Rock and roll. So I had to tell you that because I was looking. So I was trying to find like an old Hollywood scandal, and this one came up. I was like, "What the fuck? I had never heard of that. Isn't that crazy?" Wow. Yeah, but there is a monument now for him at Joshua Tree, so that's good.
Okay.
But yeah, so California had to get its shit together and have some laws for that, because you can get in trouble not just for stealing a body, but like. What's the word? Like desecrating it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like harming it. Like.
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to. You just shouldn't do that.
No, you just should not do that. I wonder if he was like up in heaven. He was like, yeah. He was like, oh, so cool.
Rock and roll.
He wasn't even like rock and roll. Like he was very like folky, like rock and roll. But I'm like making him a metal guy. But he was probably like, good on you. Like, thank you. That's what I asked you to do.
Yeah.
He was probably on fucking morphine and shit when he asked him that, but, you know.
I feel like, I guess if I was the friend and I found this out, I'd be like, well, shitty of the family because they want the money. However, I think I would have just done the whole monument thing.
Yeah.
I would never have a bone be like, let's just steal the body.
Yeah. And they did it, and they got away with it. That's the fucking scandal to me. Like, yeah, that is a scandal that they stole it, but then it's just like, slap on the wrist.
Okay, here's the question, though.
Yeah.
$700.
$750.
$750.
Mm-hmm.
What is that today's money?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, hold on.
Because I gotta see how much my coffin up. Because $750, if I had to pay that, I'd be like, man, that really sucks. But, I mean, it wouldn't be the end
We'll
of the
do
world.
1970 because that's what came up.
Okay.
So it's the equivalent of about $6,000.
Okay, so that would hurt me a little bit more.
Yeah, but think about they're musicians though.
Well, yeah.
So they were probably just like, meh, you know, meh. And it's just fuck. Like there was a lot of back and forth. Like, was the family right?
Right.
There obviously had to be somebody in that family who, like, cared about him, but it was mostly seen as, like, they just wanted his money. So to me, it's like, fuck you. Fuck
Do you steal a body?
No! Especially because now I'd go to jail. And I wouldn't burn it. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's really weird. Especially because...
Why didn't they just try to bury him? Like, I know he wanted to be cremated, but at least that's better than, like...
Well, also...
Then they probably wouldn't have even gotten
burning
caught.
the body, I don't think that's the same equipment that they would use at, like,
Fuck no!
a funeral home.
No!
Like, it's not going to be the same
I'm pretty sure you have to burn it, like, at very, very high temps.
Right.
Yeah. And also, it's a Joshua tree. You're not supposed to light any fires there.
Right.
Because it's the desert.
Right.
So people called the cops, and that's how they got caught, because they were burning it. Yeah. And it's like an empty fucking desert.
Why didn't they just do it somewhere else and then, like, bring
Because he wanted to be buried there. But it's like you could, well,
like,
it'd be hard to transport after. And also, like, why wouldn't you take his body out of the coffin? Why'd you just leave it in there?
there's a lot of questions.
And they had it
now.
open, because then I was like, well, maybe
Right.
they didn't want to, like, look at him while they were, like, burning his body. No, it was fucking open. Like, made no
I
fucking
feel like
sense.
I would have...
They were probably high and drunk as shit.
I mean, I shouldn't say this because I'm not going to do this. But if I were
Are
to
you
burn a
not?
body, I would do it
That's her
someplace
plan
else.
next week.
Do it someplace else.
Yeah.
And then put it, like, in a doggy bag.
Yeah.
And then go to Joshua Tree.
Do you ever, like, when someone gets murdered,
Yeah.
someone gets caught for murder, you're like, this is what I would have done differently.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is, like, a really fucked up thought to me. Because I'd be like,
going
listen,
to-
if you wore the gloves like you were supposed to, like, in my head, I'm like, oh,
Well,
you could have done this,
sometimes,
this, and
like,
this.
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, it's always the spouse ones. That's
Yeah.
what always gets me.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like,
So obvious.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
If
don't
I
know.
was going to murder Lucas, I would.
Here's what I would do.
Here's what I would do. I don't know. I just, when those thoughts come into my head, I'm like, Jordan, that's a little twisted. It's a little
Yeah,
fucked up.
Probably.
Yeah.
But there are some like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I want to talk about?
Yeah.
But Morbid just did it. Actually, we don't have to talk about it. You guys can just go listen to Morbid's episode.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk about Bobby Mackey's Music World and how
I've-
fucking haunted it is.
Yeah.
With the head in the well.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked
I
up.
saw a TikTok on that.
Oh, it's so creepy. We should do a good ghost one soon.
I agree.
I need a little. I'm so excited for fall. Speaking of ghosts. Have you seen the trend? We should do this together sometime because it'd be fun. You go to an antique store, like a Goodwill or whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be whatever, secondhand store. And you get an old painting and you paint a ghost into it. Wouldn't that be
saw
such a fun
that.
craft
The only
day?
thing is I'm a terrible artist.
Me too, but we could try.
Okay.
We could just, it doesn't have to look as good as theirs.
I'm really bad. I'm like stick figure
Well,
level.
I don't think you should do a stick figure ghost.
Right, but,
But you could just do like My Little Ghost. You could do that. She could do it. We should do it.
Okay.
It'd be fun. And we'll put it on TikTok.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Okay.
Well,
Well, that was a good episode, I feel like.
yeah, no.
Short, sweet, to the point. Don't go burning any bodies this week, guys.
And if you are, make sure you're not in the desert.
Take it out of the box. Like, obviously, that's going to be hard to burn.
Right.
Fucking A. All right. Bye.